Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the monthly forecast for the sector of the Northwest. We're going to be talking about the Feng Shui and Flying Star and the monthly influences that it will have on your business if you use the sector properly. If you're new to me, hello, my name is Kathleen Zemansky. I'm a business Feng Shui master, business astrologer, and the creator of the TimeBlazr business management system. So we are in this very tumultuous year of the metal rat, and it will be visiting us all the way through to February 3rd, 2021. So there is very good reason for paying attention to what we have to talk about today, because it can certainly start helping you make better and informed choices about your business. Okay, so the thing that I want to really impress upon you is that you do have great choices in what's happening in your life. And if you start properly using the feng shui of your space, you will start achieving your goals. Life will be easier. And so what I do is I follow a model that's called person, space, and time, which is basically looking at the Feng Shui, you're looking at your astrology, and you're looking at the timing piece. So let's break those down piece by piece and how they can help you. So number one, I would love for you to hop on over to grab your astrology chart, and I want you to do it for yourself as well as other people that you may be sheltering in place with or people that you care about. And we're going to be talking about the top part of your chart, which is the year, month, day, and hour of birth. Why is that important? Well, your year of birth is about your social circles, and it is about the people that you know, as well as it's about your networking efforts. Now, everything pretty much is online, which is actually to your benefit because you can now network around the world. Your chart's going to tell you whether or not you have the capability of really expanding your business far and wide. And I've always said all along, if you have a website, you have an international business. How effective that is, yes, you can be using CEO, but there's also other things that you can be doing, like making yourself visible in a number of ways, doing something like YouTube or blogging or speaking engagements and things like that. All of that is online right now. So it's important for you to find your platform, what works for you, and then get out there. But your pillar is going to tell you whether or not, how easy or not, even though we need to be doing this, how easy is it for you to be doing that. The month pillar is about your career, what you're best suited at, and then it's also about your character. So you may have noticed some shifts in your character, and it could be because of the annual influences of the metal rat. Now, I can tell you, if you have a horse in your chart, there's probably been some big shifts, because this is the clash animal to the rat. Now, the next pillar is your day pillar, which is about your personal growth. It's about your mindset. I have talked about throughout this series how important your mindset is. If you have a positive outlook in life and that you are this fast forward type person, you're going to fare much better during this pandemic. If you're the one that is living in fear and doubt, it's going to be hard for you to move forward. So let's see how we can shift that mindset to empower you to be the best that you can be. The last pillar that we would be looking at is looking at the hour pillar, if you know it. I realize some of you may have lost your birth records, or it was never recorded. You've been adopted, so you would not know this piece of it, but you have 75% of the picture. So don't be disheartened because you don't have your hour pillar. But if you do, it is going to relate to your goals. How easy are you the type of person to actually write them down, make them the SMART goal? That's, that whole SMART model of making them really succinct and measurable, and they're attainable, that you are able to get them in a repeatable way, and then also in a timely manner. So timing is very important also in Feng Shui. when I was talking about person, space, and time. So, but we also can even go a step farther than that with the timing solution and give you a personalized calendar so that you can be launching your important activities on a good day at the right time so you have exponential growth. There's links below for you to have access to the TimeBlazr. That is a personalized system for 30 days, no credit card required. I also have a weekly TimeBlazr Tuesday where I help you plan out the week. So you may want to go ahead and grab that TimeBlazr so you can absolutely go along with me, and I can show you how you can really take your business to the next level. But let's talk about space today. That's why we're here. And so then let's go into the spatial piece of it. We're going to be talking about the Northwest sector. By the way, we've already talked about the center, southeast, south, southwest, and west. Those are other videos that you can watch, but we're talking about the Northwest sector in the month of the Rooster, which is the month of the month of September. So we have an annual 8. We are in what's called period 8. We're sort of at the end of that period 8 going into period 9. So you're going to hear me talk a lot more coming up very soon, talking about period 9 and getting ready for period 9. And I'm going to be absolutely doing that at my annual event in January 2021. And we'll talk about that in a second. But I'm going to still talk about how important the metal rat is because we're still in the thick of it. We are obviously not out of this vibration. So what can you do? There's so many ways during this disruption for you to serve people, help people, and really actually even monetize your expertise if you have something of value to talk about. But period 8, which the sector of the Northwest is all about, that's about your current cash flow. It's also about helping people and serving people, and that's what we're here about here at 5 Elements Group as well. So what I want you to start thinking about is getting ready, really getting ready, if you aren't already, by obtaining an accurate floor plan. I already have a video that you can find on YouTube as well, is how to take an accurate compass reading, but you do need to have that accurate floor plan to really get the most benefit out of this information. We are in lockdown, guys. So your space and the feng shui of your space is more important than ever. So you can do this in a number of ways. You can hire a service to come in if your local legislation will allow you to have people in your space. You can have you can have somebody design that out for you. There's a number of different services that you can do that, or you can go old school, take out a tape measure and do it yourself. There are apps out there that you can do that. Just please note that most apps that I have come across, and then there might be some others that I am unaware of, and if you are, please let me know in the link below, like what is the services out there that will do this. But the ones that I know of that do work is if your space is empty. If you already have furniture in it, it's gonna give you some weird angles. So, but the bottom line is we need that accurate floor plan for you to start using these energies from this point forward, because you always want to stay ahead of the energy, use the most vibrant energy, and then avoid the negative, which there always will be in classical feng shui. Why? Because the true life that we have out there is messy. There's some schools out there that said everything is rosy and everything has a perfect picture. Well, if that were true, we would all be very rich. We would all have wonderful relationships. We would all have all the helpful people that we have. Well, if you are one of those people, maybe this channel isn't for you. But if you are looking and seeking help to make your life better, then you may want to pay attention to what we have to say here. All right, so let's move on to the next slide, where we're going to be talking, like I said, about the Northeast sector. So the first thing that I want to explain about this particular grid is the right-hand number in this particular case in the Northwest is 8. This is your annual number, and that's true for everything on this grid. The right-hand number is going to be the annual number. The left-hand number is the monthly influence. And the monthly influence combined with the annual is now going to paint us a picture of what is available in this particular month, in this particular year, and it shifts every single month. So let me just go on to the icons, and I'll tell you a little bit more. Oops, it looks like I didn't add the icons in there. We'll add those in later. But so let me just tell you about them, and then we'll add them in, and you'll see them tomorrow. Okay, so first of all, what we do have is a combination of yin over yang. So this is a nice balance that we have in the floor plan. So this is about bringing stability, balance. It will bring you protection. So this is a really nice energetics to bring that type of balance. So if you're unpretentious and comfortable in your own skin, it's encouraging. It's encouraged for you to use this particular sector. It's also about patience, perseverance, and confidence. And so you want to take a modest approach. This isn't being like big and bold and, like really just go out with both hands and feet just jumping in. This really is taking more of a balance. Remember, this is the balance between yin and yang. And so we really want to bring that energetics out when we're using this particular sector. This combination is not about being passive or procrastination. That's not what I'm talking about. It's really having a strategy, a well-planned strategy that's followed by deep reflection and get to the heart of the matter. It can go back to Simon Sinek's your why. So why are you doing what you're doing? Do it in a more methodical way versus scattered and winging it. Really, when you have that strategic plan, things are really going to balance out for you. And then that's where the cash flow is going to come in for you. So this is about your true strength that's going to come from your inner resolve and the wisdom and general modesty that you have, being humble, if you will. Now, the 8-2 combination, the other thing that I like about this particular combination is that it is a combination of 10. When we ever see a combination of 10, this is where we know that money can be had. So this is a great combination to be using in the Northwest. If you're having a cash flow problem, you'd like to increase your cash flow, figure out why, what is happening with your cash flow, this is where you're going to be wanting to hang out. All right, now what I would like to do is show you the annual dial, the compass dial for the flying star, as you can notice is in the Northwest sector. This is where you're going to take this dial, superimpose it over your floor plan so that you know which sectors are positive and which ones are the ones you're going to need to watch out for. So the Northwest sector, like I said, has the 8 in it. So we really like to be using this sector. If you have a door, if you have a window, open that up and let the energy in. Why? I've talked about all along that the energy comes from the outside of your building. So we want to harness it and bring it in. So you need to get the flow coming from the outside into a certain sector. So typically that goes through a front door, but if that is not the front side of your house, then or your office building, then you're going to want to bring it into a window or a door. So however it can get in, just allow that energy to come in. So even if it is just opening up the blinds, you may have heard, depending on where you're following me from, but you may have heard that in the West Coast right now, it is total ablaze. So we haven't had our windows open for over 26 days, but you can certainly let the light in, or even turn on some lights. Bring some yang energy to that space so that we can activate it to bring some energy to it. Now, here's another important point that I want to talk to you about is your body. When I'm talking about by this series, I'm not talking about doing any particular Feng Shui activations. What I'm talking about is using your body as that receptor of qi. So by very nature, we are going to be avoiding the negative areas of the floor plan in September, and we're going to use the positive. So we know for certainty that the Center Palace, the southeast, and the west are where we are going to have some really good energy, and now we can add on the northwest. So take your laptop, get your tablet, go work in those areas. Don't be so stuck. Remember that mindset. We got to open up our mindset. If you want things to be flowing in your life, you have to go where the flow's at, not where stagnation is at. And we know that we have we have those positive areas that you can be using. Okay, now the next dial that I want to show you is this is my annual Feng Shui dial. As you can see, the Northwest is pretty neutral when it comes to the Feng Shui for the year, because we are looking at two different systems. One's the Flying Star, which is talking about the different numerology, different combinations that we can tap into. The other way is the Feng Shui. There's two of the three dials that I do every year for my clients. The last one is the Universal Gateway, which kind of goes beyond what we're talking about here. But what we're asking you to do is use these two dials and superimpose those over your accurate floor plan. The link is below, but the link is www.freecompassdial.com, and then grab those, and it will have a link to how to take a compass reading and all that. Get those over your floor plan and start using your space to your benefit. Okay, now the last thing that I want to talk to you about is this timing piece, and the timing piece is using my TimeBlazr. This is just a quick snapshot of the TimeBlazr, and like I said, I will talk more extensively during my TimeBlazr Tuesday, which will be broadcast tomorrow. So if you are new to us, what we would love for you to do is subscribe to our channel. You want to hit that like button if you liked what you heard today. If you really liked what you heard today, please leave a comment and tell me what it is that you liked. And also tell me what is going on in your life. Is business up for you, or what is your biggest business problem right now? Chinese metaphysics can help more than I can begin to express in words in this very short time. It has absolutely changed my business and the way that I operate my business. So I want you to continue to have the expertise that you have, but use Chinese metaphysics to augment it. That's truly what Chinese metaphysics is about. It's about having your power and making more money at what you do. So then you want to hit that bell so that you can get all the notifications. So we're going to be doing two videos tomorrow. One, we're going to be doing TimeBlazr Tuesday, mapping out the week. And then the second one we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the North sector, which is a little bit more challenging than some of the sectors for the month. And then the last thing that I would like to talk to you about is my annual event. I truly believe when you get ahead of what's happening in the astrology, in the space, in the time, and in the spirit of your life, and whether that be you, your space, or the way in which you operate your business, I believe Chinese metaphysics will give you that competitive edge. So right now I have an extra early bird special going on. You go to bit.ly/metalox. That link is listed below. And it's going to be January 16th and 17th, 2021, getting ready for the Metal Ox. And it's going to be 11 to 5 both days. The second day might be a little bit shorter depending on your questions and the material. And I just want you to know it's live. So you'll be asking me questions all along the way, and you are really in the driver's seat right now because you're going to be prepared for it. Those are the type of people that I like working with. Those are the ones that are going to have the most success. And believe me when I tell you this, as I talked about at my annual event in January of this year, that this was going to be a tumultuous year. We cannot operate the way that we have been operating in the past. It's a whole new norm. So with that said, get ready for the Metal Ox, because unfortunately all that we're experiencing now is going to go well into 2021. So pivot now, get ready for it, and I hope to see you at my event. And I especially hope to see you tomorrow. So take care, have an amazing day, and thank you so much for your